Voice, KWTN, 100.9 FM, the official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe.
KWTN 100.9 FM. Welcome everybody to Winnebago Talks on Tuesday, April 1st. Man, where did March go? You know what I'm saying? But Garan Coons, Communications Officer for the Winnebago Tribe. We're going to be discussing a lot of good things here. I'd like to introduce co-host here, DJ Bethani, the host of All Requests Live. And, we want to start off here today offering our condolences. I lost a classmate, and we send our well wishes, our prayers to the mourners. And the next couple of days, our co-worker, she lost an uncle and everything too. So again, our blessings, and it's a lot of good stories with that gentleman, and grew up with him. He went to grade school, high school, everything, and worked alongside with him for a number of years and stuff. So it was pretty interesting. And yeah, I think that over the next couple of days, they get to celebrate his life and reflect. And funeral is going to be on Thursday. So again, condolences to the family, guys. We have a lot to discuss here today. April 1st is coming around the corner. We want to talk about Winnebago Indian news. They broke some news in the newspaper talking about that the water, the election for the water ownership, the water and sewer ownership is going to be transferred to the Winnebago Tribe, and that's going to give them an opportunity to make sure that there's some funding. There's going to be some needs for some people, some water operators. As you know, water is life, and we want to make sure that it's a good thing. So that transition is going to be happening. We put that into the Winnebago in the news. The issue is out, and there's a lot of good things that happened in that issue. So if you have an opportunity, you can go to the WinnebagoTribe.com. There's a website. Make sure you click on the latest issue. It's an interactive. How do you call it? Like a interactive newspaper, I guess.
Yeah, it's digitalized. And
yeah,
you have the opportunity to kind of scroll through it, and it even has the little turning the page noise and everything.
Yeah,
which I really like.
Right. So we'll discuss a little bit about the Winnebago in the news, just to kind of recap what we're going to talk about here today. The other thing that we wanted to make mention is Ho-Chunk Renaissance, the language program. They're going to be doing the annual Easter egg hunt.
Yes.
We have Did You Know with DJ Bethani. We got a good one today.
Yes.
And we were talking about that before we went on air. And then we have, as always, the answer is. And it was pretty interesting. I was behind the driver's seat, and I was just having a good time. Of course, we had Erin from WCHS come up, and she discussed a lot of good things and stuff. But yeah. So what else do we have?
So we're going to talk about the announcements, and then some of the KWTN programming that we'll have throughout this week. We have some announcements coming with that as well.
Yeah.
And a exciting announcement for an event that will be coming up on Friday as well, too.
Okay. That sounds like a plan, guys. So we had the idea before we went on air and it kind of relates to the question of the issue in this last issue.
Yep.
Brian came up with the question, and he said, what's your favorite classic song, music? And what is your new hotness? Like, what's your favorite new song, right? That I wrote a book.
Yeah.
Did you see my answer?
I did. I liked it because you're like, it's like what DJ Bethani said. It's like picking stars from the sky.
Man.
It really was.
I mean, it just depends. Like today is a new jam for me. I was on my way to work this morning, and I was listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire sing a song.
Classic.
And he says, in the song, sing a song will make you feel good. You guys want to hear me sing?
No, I do believe it though. It definitely lift your spirits and kind of lighten your mood. Like, how could you be mad when you're singing? Unless, of course, you're putting all your pain and frustration
Yeah.
into it, you know.
And they got songs about that.
They do, yes.
So we're going to implement a new section
Yep.
in Winnebago Talks. Mm-hmm. Tell them about it, because
So-
you're the DJ.
All right, so we're going to be getting into a section where we kind of share with you some current hotness that we are listening to. And
Yes.
so we'll share with you the song that has a chokehold on us, or how would you say it? Like, has us in a chokehold.
Yeah.
And then why it,
We
is-
can't play it.
No.
But the thing is you got to go out there and try to find it.
Yes.
It's going to almost like an Easter egg hunt since it's April, So if we say, sing a song by Earth, Wind, and Fire, this is the reason I like the song. This is the reason that it just sets a vibe. And we're going to give you that.
Yep.
Okay, so Brian, that's something new that we'd like to say hello to our Win editor. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I'm Brian Chamberlain, editor for the Winnebago Indian News, MCBKC, here at KWTN 100.9 FM. And a little bit of a correction. The question of the issue actually came from Tyler.
Oh.
Yes, yep.
And so she was the one that came up with that, because we always talk about music, and of course I always have it on in my office, and they're probably getting sick of it and whatever, but at the same time, we always, have some slow jams on, some old jams on, some old school, and then of course new stuff gets thrown in there because we listen also to some other programming and that type of thing, but always KWTN 100.9 FM. And I'm glad that you mentioned that, because of course the big hour that was done yesterday, that was really nice.
You liked it?
Yes.
Yes.
I liked
What did
it.
you do?
What did I do? I did R&B, hip hop, and I think I did like one rap song, but
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. In a certain era or?
Kinda not. No. I just kind of picked from like current playlists. Like
Yeah.
I go and I look at like R&B now and I don't know, on Apple
Yeah.
Music, So I was just going around, and a lot of them were songs I had not heard. So
Yeah.
I was just kind of listening to new music too.
There's a ton of new artists that are out.
Definitely.
And people that, I haven't even remembered their names yet and stuff like that. Because, we have like the newer artists, like Coco Jones, Money Long, that they're doing a good thing
Yeah.
and that type of stuff. Of course, SZA's all over the place, and they've been out for a while.
Yep.
But these new artists that are coming out, they do a really good job. So,
Yep.
yes,
In and
question
out.
of the issue.
Yes, go check it out. Check it out. It's out now. So we have one. Ho Chunk Renaissance is going to be coming over about 11:15.
Okay.
Stand by for that interview because they might give you a clue. I just watched the Netflix series. It's called Gold and Greed, where this guy, his name's something Finn, he hid $2 million in the Rocky Mountains, and he wrote a poem. And in that poem, he had the clues. So you had to go and try to find this, and people got obsessed. There was like 300,000 people, and what it was is he wrote a book, and he said, I don't think a lot of people are going to buy my book, so in that you have to go buy my book to get the poem, and then you get the clues to find the treasure hunt. And people were like dying in the elements.
That's
and,
what I was gonna say. Is like the Rocky Mountains are not some playground area.
Yeah.
You have national parks, and of course you get to go see Yellowstone and I was almost gonna say Yosemite, but that's too far west. But at the same, and whatever. But it's like it's dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they were telling him to call it off, but he did kind of like, there was a guy that left himself into elements, and unfortunately he passed away, and they said, well, just call this treasure hunt off,
Yeah.
And he is like, well, I mean, if someone passes away when they're swimming, what do? Do you get rid of all the water? And I was just like, wow, that kind of makes sense and stuff, that's pretty interesting, because adults have the ability to make their own decisions and stuff, but you have like people that are behind the desk and they're trying to go out to the Rockies and do this treasure hunt and stuff. What I'm getting at is the egg hunt is coming up.
Yes.
Do you know anybody that won? I mean, like in the past, I know that we can't.
used to host a few, of course, in my
yeah.
previous life and whatever, and that. So we know quite a few of the winners and whatever. And we never placed them in these like dangerous locations.
Yeah.
Of course, they were hidden and not out in the open, because some people are like, it is not going to be right in front of the school on
Yeah.
that sidewalk. It's like, no, it's like that's not the spot.
Right.
But no, there was never anything. Oh, you got to climb over this and get chased by the res dogs. And it was not like that. So.
Yeah, those res dogs, you gotta be careful of that one. I was telling the story last time of I was working for Lucky 77 Casino and part of their marketing team and stuff. Yeah, I just threw one of those eggs out and they found
Oh yeah,
it.
Yeah.
They told us that.
I was like, But it's good exercise. It's a family fun event, and then you
Yes.
get to learn some of the ho-chunk because they
Sure.
they put it on the
Yes.
big screen, and they'll discuss that when that time comes. But we want to get to Winnebago Indian News. Go for it.
Yeah, the Winnebago Indian News, of course, our latest issue came out this past Saturday, is in your mailboxes, and you should have gotten by now. Of course, it's in the locations in and around town. And then, as you were mentioning, it's also, am I pronouncing it right? Is it Hazine or Hazine? Hazine? Hazine.
Yeah, it's like a.
I'm going to
book.
say Hazine.
I would
Yeah.
say hazing.
Okay,
yes.
so, and it's also online on the Winnebago Tribe's website. But of course, as you were mentioning, the water vote for the village of Winnebago has been certified by the county clerk, and the Winnebago Tribe put out a statement regarding that, and that was our lead topic and our lead headline for the last issue, because of course that transition should be underway, because under state law, I want to say it's not a very big window. It's like 2 weeks or 21 days or something like that to where they have to transition according to whatever the voters said that they wanted to do. So
Yeah.
as soon as we get any more information regarding that or timelines, etc., we'll definitely keep up with our continuing coverage regarding that. So, and if you have any questions, by all means, get a hold of your favorite tribal council member or anyone with the Winnebago Tribes Administration or Physical Resources Department.
Then another headline was late blizzard
Oh my
hits
gosh.
Winnebago.
Yes.
We talked about that last Tuesday and stuff. You know, we got
Yes.
sent into the dark age. And here, as the communications team for the tribe, we're going to do some of our own reflection because electricity without internet, without heat, that was
Yeah, very much a problem.
I think that you know, I can count probably how many times in my lifetime that I had that happen.
Yeah, luckily not very many.
Right.
Right.
Not very many and stuff. So the electric crew that was out there, they were putting the poles back up and everything. You know, we need to
Yeah.
sponsor dinner or
Well,
something.
exactly like we said last time,
yeah.
in our show last week when we were talking about that, Burke County Public Power got hit the hardest. That doesn't mean they were the only ones, of course, but man, if you were on Burke County, you probably did not have electricity as
Yeah.
opposed to, NPPD or RAC on the other side of Iowa and stuff. And
Yeah.
to that point, their power transmission lines were literally ripped to the ground.
Crazy.
What you were just saying, it's like they had to physically reconstruct an entire grid.
Yeah.
And that happened over, a number of days, even going past a week, because I know that there were other locations even further south that they did not have power about in like 2 weeks afterwards.
Right.
So, wow.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
I was sharing with Guaranteed yesterday that we got an email to the KWTN email. And it said, hey, I was watching your live today on YouTube about the blizzard. I live in Ottawa, and someone in Ottawa is planning on making T-shirts and sweatshirts saying, I survived the Monona County Blackout 2025.
Yes.
I was thinking someone should make a cool design and put I survived the Bagel or Ho-Chunk Blackout 2025.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. But it's true because, we went down there as well. Everything points south, and Ottawa was definitely in there. I don't know how far east it went. So, like, if the other towns in Monona County, et cetera,
Yeah.
also suffered that, I do believe they had some sort of issue. But everything like Burke County, the southern parts of Thurston County, Monona County, which is across the river where Ottawa is, Decatur actually survived somehow. Yeah, it was just kind of weird. And then, of course, Bancroft, or, Rosalie, and then all the way down to Fremont. We know that there were portions of the Fremont grid and portions of Metro Omaha that were also out.
Wow.
So it was very, very widespread.
And then the picture that you took was after the aftermath. And
Yeah,
stuff,
that was
but-
the day after. And I had several. Of course, we were kind of assessing the road conditions. That's out near the BIA building and stuff. But wow, the tree damage that we talked about last time as well. I don't know. I never
It's
heard if
stuck on the trees. That
Yes,
snow
it
was a
so
heavy snow.
heavy.
Mhm.
Yes, and I don't know if there's going to be like a fallen tree limb mitigation plan put together or whatever, or if they're just going to wait till community cleanup. I don't know, but a lot of tree damage for the property owners around Winnebago as well.
If you get to Winnebago in the news, you have a chance to apply for $10,000. So there's more reason to pick up the Winnebago in the news, folks.
Definitely.
That's definitely that project grants for the artist, the
Yes.
Populous Fund
Oh, yes.
application.
About that
is in there.
time.
10 G's. Okay.
Yes, indeed, and there's a lot of stuff there.
Ho-Chunk Renaissance.
Yep.
Coming up to the microphone here momentarily is Ho-Chunk Renaissance. And then, Winnebago. Is it April 1st? Today's April Fool's Day. We're going to get into Did You Know here momentarily. My soul, come on over here. Blue, come on over here. But in April, that's the anniversary
Yes.
for Winnebago's. How many
Yep.
years?
I think it's 33, but
I
don't quote me on
think
that.
so, too.
So
We're gonna find out.
yeah,
huh?
and we need to know the date and the stuff like that too, because I think there were some plans to do some things, but also don't forget about the Trinidad snake fight that's happening at the end of the week and that type of thing. So I will be back later with the answer is.
Okay, sounds like a plan. Thanks, MCBKC. As we're going to be welcoming our next guest, go ahead and put your headphones on, and we'll give you an opportunity to say hello to the good folks. Before we do we have any announcements or anything?
Do we want to run through the April Fools, or are we going to hold off on that one?
We'll hold off after this
Okay.
interview. Okay, all right. Go ahead and give us your introduction. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good. This is my Soul Earth Cards.
Welcome.
Oh, Hanach Nikadagui. This is Wanik Cho, which is Bluebird or Blue Saint Cyr.
All right.
Yeah.
So April 1st today. Did you guys do your April Fools yet?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
All right. Man, last night I won $1 million. No, not that corny. Anyways, we have the how do you say it?
Wanigichke Mas Z Honi.
So I recognize some colors in there.
Yeah, Wanigichke is egg, Mas Z is gold, and Honi is to search or to hunt.
Okay.
So golden egg hunt.
Okay. All right. So tell us a little bit about it.
I will have 4 eggs, a gold one, blue one, green one, and a purple one.
Okay.
The first 3, the gold eggs 300, the blue eggs 200, the green eggs 100, and then the purple will have an Xbox system.
What?
No. Is it? Yep.
Dang. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting excited here. So tell us a little bit more about how do you get those?
So that we'll have a clue for each egg starting next Friday, the 11th. It'll be on the big screen. And then they just try to figure out where the egg's at.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Wow, that's pretty exciting. You guys excited? You guys seem enthused about it.
Somewhat. I mean, we hide the eggs, so
So
I just want to
little
be a good
nervous.
hider.
Yeah, so this year I got some help, but one year I had to hide it actually.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we've been doing this for so many years, and then the tribe used to do it. I think it was like the YDC or something like that used to do it. Eventually, we kind of inherited it, and we're going to add whole trunk language to it. So that's what's unique
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
So the clues are going to be in the whole trunk language, and then eventually it will get transcribed into English. So it's a fair game into English, but the challenge is to try to get a 1-up is to try to get it in whole trunk first.
Oh, okay.
But I used to go out and hide the eggs back in the day when it kind of first started, and there was times where I was like ducking and dodging, crawling on the ground, making sure that no one seen me and everything. So that was very challenging. And then we hide it all over throughout the community. It's been in various spots and some challenging spots, some easy spots. So it's just kind of up to what the clues say. So.
That's pretty cool. So just make sure when you go that nobody puts an air tag. You know those air tags? What they call those air tags to track your...
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, I know. Huh? Yeah, like I said, so ducking and dodging. But one of the things we want to kind of mention is like the rules too. Is that we just wanted to make it fair for everyone in the community and stuff. So we just asked that 1 egg per person. So we don't want everyone coming up with all 4 eggs, which is kind of not fair. So also just to diversify it with more money and more opportunities to win something. And then the Xbox itself is about almost 400
Yeah.
something bucks.
Wow.
So
Still a great alternative.
Yeah.
Instead
Yeah.
of money, you still get an Xbox system.
Right. I think I remember they used to post it down there downtown, and people would always take a picture and then kind of say, I think this is even before social media. So I don't know what annual this is and stuff, but it's been going on for a long time in Winnebago. It's a great program.
Yeah.
It's getting exercise. You grab the young ones together and be like, hey, and we traditionally are good mushroom hunters anyway. So putting the treasure hunt and the clues and maybe learning some of the language is a great time, and appreciate you guys doing this for the community and stuff. We always kind of look forward to it. And then it's in collaboration with communications because we help you guys put it on the big screen down there.
Yeah.
And if you don't know where the big screen is, just go through Winnebago and you'll stumble upon the big screen and stuff.
Yeah.
So how do you say big screen? Because we want to get that.
Oh, gee, put me on the spot.
I know.
But, I'm thinking probably the word for TV is. Geez, got me.
I don't even know the word
It's,
for TV yet.
wait. Hoki wagah hikah kok is for TV.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
I like it.
So it's moving pictures. Moving pictures box is what it's saying. So hoki wagah is a picture. Hikah, I think that's the word. And that means to move, the movement.
Yeah.
And then kok is the actual box. So then you add khate at the end, so you want to say a big TV, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
it would be hoki wagah hikah kok khate. It's pretty long, but
Man, that is awesome.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it. You guys offer language classes for the community.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that, or am I putting you guys on the spot again?
No, right now we have Hoite Chonina, and that's going on until the end of this month. This week it is canceled due to deaths. And usually it's Monday from 5:30 to 6:30, and then on Wednesday from 1 to 2.
And then you guys are working with DJ Bethani here and your multimedia. You guys got some radio episodes coming up that are going to be on the Big Voice.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that and kind of when that's going to be
That's
coming around?
it's gonna be about the history of Winnebago, and we just finalized who's gonna speak, who's gonna be the narrators, and we're hoping to have it out by the end of this month. So
Nice.
I love
yes.
it.
Yeah. I need to learn more, and we try to too. You learned the word Tuesday, right? I'm putting you on the
yes.
spot and everything.
Nope,
too.
it's Hump Hinu Bahaje. Yeah.
yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna cartwheel that.
Man,
But yes,
you're never
definitely.
too old to
Yeah.
learn, and that's the power of the creator Mona and everything that gave us is that we can have an opportunity to learn this. I was watching a TED Talks and a guy was talking about variables. So we have a variable that we can change so that we can learn. Whether that be is like starting to exercise and we just need to change one variable. Just one variable is that just put on your shoes and you're halfway there.
Yeah.
Just that one variable and stuff like
Just
that.
saying the word constantly.
Yeah.
And
Right.
then learning your sentences in Ho Chunk. And
All
so
of us.
so you kind of know what you're talking about.
All of
Because
us.
it's easy to learn words, but it's hard to retain if
Yeah.
you don't use it. So.
Right. And I learned too, you need sleep. Down at that bingo, mental brain health bingo, is you need sleep in order
Yeah.
to process those memories and everything like that. But all of us take a trip to Sioux City. I mean, it's guaranteed. We're sitting there for 30 minutes. What does it take? About 20 minutes and stuff like that to get up to Sioux City. That's 40 minutes because you got to go up and you got to come back to Winnebago and stuff. That's 40 minutes that you can use and maybe put on some language or some music, Ho Chunk music, whatever it may be and stuff. But that's just a suggestion. It's just favorable. Anyways, thank you guys for coming on over. Is there anything else you guys want to make mention?
I just want to add a little bit about the episode. So there's going to be history. There's going to be language content. So how to go over certain phrases. And I was looking through some of the things that we have pre-recorded, and there's some fluent speakers that we've had in the department who are no longer here. They're going to be kind of going through those. I think there's like Warner Eric Wanakita, there's Helene Lincoln Wanakita, there's some others like that, Herman Brown Jr. Wanakita. Those three I think are on there, so they will kind of go over some of the language content. And then also we will have some of the stories and then some of the interpretations of different things in our culture. So you'll see a lot about the meaning behind our moccasins, the meaning behind the yarn belt. Maybe there's a couple of stories, cultural stories that are appropriate that are in there. And there's also some this information like even the translations of songs. So those are the things that will be in those episodes, and they're going to be kind of randomized. So there'll be just a kind of surprise of what you get in every episode. So we'll also have those reserved for our SoundCloud account that will have them posted. So if you don't catch them on the big boys, we'll eventually have those available to hear at your own time. So we'll kind of get more information out, and working with the big voice here in conjunction with you guys to kind of get the word out and then get it scheduled on a kind of a weekly basis. So right now it's about an 8 episode series. So
Nice. Yes. That would be a great addition to
Yes.
our lineup, especially our lineup. So questions for them?
I do know that I was looking on your guys' Facebook page and I seen a promotion that was put out. Is there anything else that's going to be coming up on your guys' radar at Ho Chunk Renaissance?
Yes. next month, hopefully, we'll have a scavenger hunt. I'm still in the process of getting everything done, so hopefully that'll happen in May. We have Ho Chunk Passport, which will start, I think, right at the end of May, and we're getting that worked out for I think we opened it up, so it'll be different from last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll start at the end of May, beginning of June.
That leads right into the annual summer camp, culture camp. So
Oh, cool.
we're working already, planning with the Boys and Girls Club with some of those details. So they do have new staff down there, so it's going to be just a little different under their leadership. So we're working with them to kind of get a good programming again, like every year. So, but yeah, the game is on. The golden egg hunt, it is on. So the 11th, we're gonna have the first clue come out. So you gotta be there right at noon. They're gonna be popped up.
Be there,
so
be square.
The challenge is on.
Well, the people that are tuning in, are we gonna give them a clue or something? Like for watching, are we gonna reward them?
Cut.
So the first clue I'll give out there.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Everybody's leaning in.
They're holding their breath.
Stay tuned.
Okay. All right. They're gonna be posted next week, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're gearing up for it. Get those running shoes, those walking shoes. Some of you guys use those when you guys go mushroom hunting, those sticks, you know?
Sticks, yeah.
So whatever it may be and stuff, but get those ready.
I can help them out. They could use Ho Chunk Dictionary
That's
to
what I was gonna
decipher
mention.
Oh.
these clues, because we pretty much don't want no one to help them. They got to figure this out on their own.
Okay, so
Ho Chunk Dictionary.
We have the resources at our program for like the language books, some things like that. If that's what I was going to mention, is if you need help with those, we can provide those too. So the challenge is, maybe to even, I tell the staff is like, you can help anyone, but don't just give them the straight answer. You know what I mean? So we try to educate in that way. What does you think this means? We just don't say, oh, it means this, and then take off running.
Yeah.
The point is to try to educate them about these words and everything.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what she's talking about, is try not to to give them the answer. Let's just try
Yeah.
to work with them. So, but we do have materials that will often have a lot of those translations in there that you can help decipher some of those.
awesome. Okay, all right. We're gonna switch here. Let me. Yeah, boy. Okay, that's our switch thing here, but DJ
What happened to the
Boo.
mischievous?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Little tiptoe.
No, but Friday night hot mix.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and give him the.
So DJ Blue is our host on Friday nights here on the Big Voice. He has the Friday Night Hot Mix. It's from 7 to 10 p.m. every Friday. So we do get into replays, but he does have a non-stop mix with non-stop hits.
Right. Do you know what the next one's gonna be? If kind of putting you on the spot again,
I
but
know. So Friday. So I'll be here Friday, and we'll have another premiere episode
Nice.
for the Friday Night Hot Mix. So just kind of what Bethany mentioned. It's non-stop hits and non-stop mix. So
Yeah.
we mix the hits continuously. So you probably get like a minute or so of the song, and then it transforms into a whole other song. So it's kind of like a good mega mix, you would
Yeah.
say, but it keeps that flow, it keeps that vibe and everything. So to try to capture, let's say the 80s, they try to capture a glimpse of the 80s and so quick, So it's kind of fun. I like to mess around and do a lot of those things like that. So, but Friday night, 7 o'clock to 10 o'clock, we'll have
be behind the
some
wheels of
music.
steel. And we even had special guests live in the studio. And one of the things that we want to point out, it's commercial free. And then I think Kathy came on, and she shared some of the stories because your theme that night was was it like Motown or some of those,
Right.
and she was telling us about all the nicknames and all the spots around in Winnebago.
Bring back the cool nicknames.
But yeah, I just wanted to kind of make mention of that and stuff. It's a good. One of the things that we made mention, and someone brought this up to me, is in Winnebago as far as entertainment, and we're always serious. Of course, working for the tribe, we're government, and then the language, you guys are in that realm and stuff too. But sometimes you have to present it in a kind of an entertainment form of fashion and stuff.
Yeah.
Hands-on. That's how the Easter egg hunt is and stuff. But the real reason behind that is you guys are trying to get the language out there so that people can learn it. Same goes for our radio Res Ride. is another good entertaining show. All Requests Live, where you can put in your request to DJ Bethany. She'll play it. She'll even give you a shout out. She does birthday shout outs and things like that. And then DJ Blues Friday Night Hot Mix and stuff. You know, you worked all hard through the week, you know what I mean? And Friday is a chance to kind of unwind a little bit, listen to some good music, do some cruising, whatever it may be and stuff. So that's what we kind of wanted to make mention. So thank you guys.
Alrighty.
Before you guys go, it was when we were talking about the language classes, and then how you mentioned like just throwing on in your travels and, you know, listening to some of the language. Cisco, shout out to him, he said, yes, when I did those first classes and I drove up from Lincoln, I spent the whole ride up listening / going over vocab. And then Kathy Summers said, keep up the awesome work.
Oh, yeah. They got a show coming up, Brule, up in Sioux City and stuff. So it's good to see Kathy and Paul and the crew there and stuff. Yeah. So thank you guys. Ho Chunk Renaissance Program. Thank you guys for coming on over.
All right. You get a chunk, Jay.
All righty. So April 1st.
April 1st.
And we were talking about the April Fool's pranks and stuff. But today's section is going to be a little bit about... This is your Did You Know section, I guess. You know, it's kind of some...
Oh, hold on. Nah, I'm just kidding. So, how did this day turn into a day of practical jokes? Just real quick, just tell this little part, and then we'll go into the lighter side of it. The practice of telling April Fool's jokes spread rapidly, and it has continued over the last 500 years. And so this is the origination behind April Fool's Day, or so they say. The story goes back to the 1500s in France, when the Julian calendar, established by Julius Caesar, was replaced with the Gregorian calendar, introduced by Pope Gregory, a bunch of numbers after his name, and still used in most parts of the world. In the old Julian calendar, the new year began on April 1st.
Yeah.
With the new Gregorian calendar, the new year was set to begin on January 1st. News did not travel fast in those days, so not everyone got the word, and that start of the new year changed to January 1st. They kept celebrating it on April 1st, and they were widely mocked as April Fools.
Got it. Okay. I did not know that. We're going to share our April Fool's pranks and stuff. The best one that you ever had. So the one that I got last year was my old lady. She texts, and she's somebody that we kind of always talk about and stuff. And they're like, they want to have dinner with us. And I'm like, no way. Are you serious? And she's like, April Fool's. You know what I mean? Like,
We got you.
yeah. And so that's one. I know that you have a good one. Go ahead.
do. Real quick, they said that there is, you are meant to stop the April Fool's jokes at 12 p.m. So they do have a rule book. Apparently, there is an April Fool's rules book that has been in place since the 1700s, and you should stop doing the jokes at 12 p.m. Not sure why, but some say it's bad luck. So I guess if you're superstitious, then you follow that.
So here we got 28 minutes left, guys, to do some jokes, right? All right. So, but yeah, share your story.
So whenever we were younger, I had this bright idea to try to get my brother, and it was an April Fool's. It was a Saturday. And so what we did was we woke up my baby brother, and like in a panic, like we were like acting like we were mad. We were like late. We were like, hurry up, get up, we're late. Like we have school. And we used to walk to school at the time. So, you know, we're like, you're going to make us later. And like trying to like just, I don't know, like build up that anticipation. He's running around the house, like grabbing his stuff, grabbing his backpack. And then we're just sitting in the living room. And then, you know, Saturday cartoons are on in the morning. So we're just sitting there watching the cartoons. And then he comes, he's like, why are you guys just sitting here? I thought we're late. He's real mad, and we're like, no, just kidding. It's April Fool's. It's Saturday. And like, he's just like, he was mad. He was mad.
So you got him.
Yeah.
Basically, you got him. Yes. How about you, MCBKC? Did you ever pull one, or did you get one pulled on you for his April Fool's prank?
I don't remember any actually getting pulled on me, but we did a similar thing, of course. You know, you're late, you get up, you're going to be late. And so that it was a very similar type thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it wasn't Saturday, though. We just had to kind of break, April Fool.
Yeah, but you really do have school. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
I know, you are going to be late, so let's go. No,
Well, I mean, like, it's pretty interesting because, like, on Facebook and stuff, you always see that pregnant stick, and, you know, like, hey, look, guys, you know, then everybody's congratulations and all
of
this.
course, a few people always put out, you know, oh, guess who we're together, you know, and it's like, and you know, they're on the DL,
Is this April Fool's? But yeah.
So we already knew that, no.
So here in Winnebago land, you got to stop after noon.
If you're superstitious.
If you're superstitious. All right, so that's pretty interesting. All right, we are going to get into our next section. Let me see if I got a sound effect for it. This is like...
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay.
It was the new hotness. Is that what we're going to talk about? Or no, what did we say? We're going to recommend our song.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
This is music song time. Okay. You want me to go first or?
Yeah.
All right. So I talked about Earth, Wind, and Fire on my way into work here today. I'm going to go with the one. Okay, so I owe you for the newspaper a review. I went to Jolly Roll concert.
Yes.
There's a song called Get By Jolly Roll, and it's just a nice, good song. So it's a good feel-good song, and it kind of has that boom-pap beat to it. And I didn't realize the dude can really kind of sing.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, I think the only song I knew before I went to that concert was that one, Somebody Save Me. And I used to kind of make fun of it and just like, this seems like it's just going to be just all these depressing songs and stuff. The guy was fire at the concert, man. He comes out swinging and he has some good, like, jamming songs and stuff. So mine is Jolly Roll, Get By.
Okay.
Nice.
I have to check it out. I like
Yeah.
Jelly Roll.
Yeah, check it out.
So I'm going to go with one that I had made mention of in my question of the issue this week.
Yeah.
And so, it's a song by someone that is one of my favorites. His name is Abel Tesfaye. He is The Weeknd, and he's actually not going to be putting any more music out as The Weeknd, but he's going to be putting music out under Abel Tesfaye.
He's done.
No.
He's done with The Weeknd?
Yeah, he's done with The Weeknd. I kind of mentioned that to you before, but after I read a little bit more about it, they said that, it was said that he is going to continue, putting out music and things like that, and I don't know, dabbling in different artistries and stuff like that, but he's not going to use The Weeknd anymore. He feels like he's closing that chapter.
Okay, so check out The Weeknd.
Yes, but it's a song called Give Me Mercy by The Weeknd from his album Hurry Up Tomorrow.
And why do you like that song?
It just kind of it really I resonate with it, I guess. And
Okay.
I just, I went through a really weird phase in my life with, I don't know, when you think you're going to spend forever with somebody and that kind of thing. And it really just kind of touched me in that way. So.
What's it called again?
Give Me Mercy by
Give
The
Me
Weeknd.
Mercy.
Yeah.
All right, so listen to the lyrics.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. MCBKC, what you got?
So in the article, of course, we did, my new song was Where It Is Everywhere, Die With a Smile by Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga.
Yes.
You can't listen to the radio anywhere without it coming on, because it's everywhere. And it's a good song. They're taking nothing away from it. But new music that I guess I want to mention at this point is go out and find the song by Teddy Swims featuring Giveon. And that song is called, I just forgot the name of it, Are You Even Real? That song is awesome. If you like good R&B, if you like how, Teddy Swims adds a little bit of that vibe to it that he has and stuff, that's a song for you.
I like that song too.
Yes.
In our demographics that we post in our monthly reports, females ages 25 to 45 are the ones that watch and listen to the big voice. So it's kind of like our Nielsen's ratings and all that stuff,
The highest one, yes.
Yeah, so that's pretty interesting and stuff. But if you ladies, fellas, anybody have a track that we need to check out.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we can't play because of copyright. We can't play it over the air and stuff. So that's the fun about it is you write it down and then you can go look at YouTube or wherever it may be and stuff. But yeah, if you have an opportunity, Give Me Mercy, Jelly Roll, Get By, and you said the one by Teddy Swims.
Even Real?
Are You Real?
Yeah.
All right, so that was today's.
Are You Even Real? Yes.
What are we going to call this? Taste of Music
Well,
or
the
something?
other side of that, too, is if you do have that, Garan, you can always get a hold of DJ Bethany at 402-922-3347 for all requests live. That's where you can play and hear music. So,
Okay.
And the copyright thing here is if we played a copyrighted song, it would mute the whole show.
Yeah.
And we're a talk show, so
Yes.
that's why we don't do it here.
That's very interesting. Thank you guys. That was our first time ever debuting. I was kind of doing some research on that, and they seem like if you get excited about a pretty important topic, that it'll come off. So, yeah. See all the Spotify and YouTube counts going up on those songs right now as
You're
we speak.
welcome, Abel. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, we do have a breaking interview that we're going to kind of how do you say it? We're going to put out in sections. A famous, let us know who you think it is, but a famous person came into our studios. We have at the end of Winnebago Talks, we always say, you want to come by and see us at the studio, you're more than welcome to. And man, this guy came by, and we're going to eventually, we'll break it up into pieces, but we'll do the full interview. But for now, we'll just do like, what do they call them?
Snippets.
Yeah, reels.
Yeah, clips.
So stay tuned for more, basically, and stuff.
Yes.
That will be debuting here today. But nonetheless, we are off and running for our next section, which is...
The answer is?
Yes.
Okay, you guys ready? You kind of had that little Pink Panther one.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I like that though. That's nice and funky there. Okay, so this is the answer B, this being Milt, and you guys still got to figure that out.
Okay, so do we need to leave the room or anything like that, or is it how is the first one to answer? Or
you can if you want to leave the room, or
Skedaddle.
it's up to you. So, who
Okay.
wants to
I'll
go
go
first?
all right,
Okay,
is the camera set? Are we good?
should be. So while DJ Bethani is exiting the room while we're going through the first 5 questions. So of course, if you want to get the Winnebago Indian news, or you have relatives that want to get a hold of myself or Tyler, tyler.snake@winnebagotribe.com, and she will have you added to the list. So question number 1, guaranteed. Are you ready?
Yes.
And today's theme is all mixed up.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Remix.
Coffee is the necessity for millions every day. Starbucks rose to fame to become one of the leaders in retail caffeine. In what country did Starbucks open first after the United States?
Oh, I know we had this question before. This is a remix question, huh?
Do you need the multiple choice? Or you
Yeah,
can
let's
guess
do
it
it.
outright?
I'm thinking like South America, I said last time, but I know I got it wrong, so
Okay.
let's try it.
A, Japan, B, England, C, France, D, Australia.
I am going to go with Japan for some reason. I don't know why, but
Okay.
yeah, because Seattle, it seemed like it came out of Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And Japan's not in close proximity, but,
Along the coast.
yeah, along the coast. There you go.
All right. So that is letter A. So question 2. Speaking of corporate come-ups, what product did Amazon sell originally?
Books.
Books? That's your outright guess?
Yes.
Okay, books.
Gave Barnes & Noble a run for their money.
Okay. Then question number 3 is also throwback time. No multiple choice. What is the tiny piece at the end of a shoelace called?
Oh, yeah, we had this as a remix too, man. There's no multiple choice on it?
Nope.
It's called a lead.
Lead?
Yeah, lead.
L-E-A-D or like
Yeah.
L-E-E. I'll do L-E-E-D so I pronounce it correctly.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 4 then. Spring has sprung, but it might snow later. Ugh,
Is that a
What?
T-Pain song? No.
I know, right? What kind of flower was once used as a form of currency?
Oh, there's a flower once used as currency.
Yes.
Is there multiple choice?
Multiple choice
Let's
if
do
you
it.
need them. A, roses. B, daffodils. C, tulips. D, chrysanthemums. Roses,
I didn't know what a
daffodils,
chrysanthemum-
tulips, chrysanthemums. Which one
I can't
was
even
used
say
as
that last one.
currency?
Chris Handsome. Chris is handsome or what?
This is handsomer.
I'll go with that one.
So that is letter D. All right. Question number 5 then, and we do have tiebreakers if we need them. What fashion house is known for number 5?
What fashion house is known for number 5?
Quote unquote number 5.
What fashion house?
Yes,
is
there's
number
multiple choice
5?
if you need it.
Yeah.
A, Versace. B, Dior. C, Chanel. D, Lagerfeld.
Oh my goodness. Known as house number 5? Is that what we said?
Which fashion house is known for number 5?
Chanel.
That is letter C.
Oh man. Remember I was talking about those demographics of they're probably throwing their shoes at the TV, right?
You going with it?
Yeah.
Okay, that is letter C. All right, that is 5. So DJ Bethani should
Good one.
come back
Good one.
in.
Okay.
All right, Bethany. Kind of yelled at her. I don't know. She can hear us or whatever. So, yes, of course, don't forget the Winnebago Indian News, again, is in your mailboxes. The most recent issue came out this past Saturday. We had the headlines on it as well as the bagel bits. And then we are also featuring on the masthead, we've been doing the clans. And the one we did this last time around was the final one of the 12. is the Pigeon Clan, and according to the Renaissance Department and the research we've done, there are no Pigeon Clan members left in Winnebago.
Wow.
Yeah, just one of those kind of things.
Yeah.
All right, 5 questions. 4 of them have multiple choice. If you know it outright, you can say it, or you can take the choices. All right.
Okay.
Question number 1. Coffee is the necessity for millions every day. Starbucks rose to fame to become one of the leaders in retail caffeine. In what country did Starbucks open first after the USA?
Right on cue, too.
So, multiple choice if you need it.
Yeah, I'll take multiple choice.
A, Japan. B, England. C, France. D, Australia.
I'm gonna go with Japan.
A, Japan.
Oh, that's what I guessed, too.
Yeah, and they both guessed it correct.
Oh,
Yes.
Ding, 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 ding. I should have brought my bell. All right, question number 2 then. Speaking of corporate come-ups, what product did Amazon sell originally? Multiple choice if you need it. Garan made an outright guess, though.
I know, I'm gonna make an outright guess too.
Okay.
Is it books?
Guessing books.
Wow.
Same as him, and you were both correct.
Let's
Yes, it
go.
was books.
Man, so it's 3 points?
Yep. Well, 2, you both got, 3 each. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 'Cause
Okay.
You both got them correct.
Uh-oh, man. We're
Right.
coming down to the wire.
No multiple choice for this one. Throwback time. What is the tiny piece at the end of a shoelace called?
Oh, Tyler knew this one.
It's weird, too.
You just got to say the word.
Man, what was it called? I don't remember.
What is the tiny piece at the end of a shoelace called?
We're heading into the final 4 here.
No.
March Madness is officially over, but, I mean, they
I'm
still
gonna-
got... Go ahead.
I'm gonna call. They still got it. Go ahead. It's an arc. I don't know.
Arc.
Arc?
Like ARC?
Yeah,
ARK?
ARC.
And guaranteed guest lead, you're both incorrect, is called an aglet.
Oh,
Aglet. So you had the
Close.
A. Yeah, it was in your mind somewhere.
Yes, so we're tied at 3-3. Okay, question number 4 then. Multiple choice for this. Spring has sprung, but it might snow later.
what?
Yes. What kind of flower was once used as a form of currency? Do you know it outright, or do you need the multiple choice?
I might get canceled. No, I'm just kidding.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
It gets worse. No.
You said there's multiple choice?
Yes. Yes.
I'll take it.
A, roses. B, daffodils. C, tulips. D, chrysanthemums. Roses, daffodils, tulips, chrysanthemums. Which one was once used as a form of currency?
Dang. That Kamathar songs.
Garan couldn't pronounce it either. Chrysanthemums.
Chrysanthemums.
Have fun spelling it. So is that your guess?
Yeah.
That's letter D. You both guessed D, and you were both incorrect. It was tulips.
Oh.
Hula.
Tulips and the bulbs were a form of currency in Holland and the Low Countries.
Oh.
First tipped over to the
Okay.
tulips.
Grow your own money.
Yes. And they even have still, of course, Tulip Festival up in the Orange City area because they are Dutch. All right.
They don't grow on trees, but they grow on flowers.
So finally, question 5.
What's the score?
3-3.
Here we go.
Get a drink here, gosh.
Coming down to the wire.
That's what I mean. All right. God, I have something in my throat. Sorry.
Okay.
All right. Which fashion house is known for number 5? Multiple choice if you need it.
Number 5. Chanel number 5. I don't know. I'll take multiple choice.
Versace, Dior, Chanel, Lagerfeld.
Oh, I should have said it then. Chanel.
Chanel, all right. And that is letter C, the same for Garan. You were both correct.
Oh,
Chanel.
Did you take the multiple choice?
No.
Well, yeah, he
Yeah,
did,
yeah, I did.
Sorry,
I did.
yeah.
I did.
So tied.
Yep, you are tied 4-4.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh.
By Noel,
Yeah,
since
there
my
it
ears
is.
heard that.
The Pink Panther. So we're into the tie questions here. There is multiple choice for this one. All All right. What was the legendary designer Chanel's first name? There's multiple choice if you need it.
West Coast.
West Coast Chanel?
Wasn't it? Isn't it? The first one to answer, right?
No, this is multiple choice, but it can be if you wanted it. So,
Yeah, it's
I'll
West
take your
Coast.
multiple choice.
Isn't it West Coast?
no. So, is it A, Camille, B, Coco, D,
Coco.
Dorothea,
Coco Chanel?
D, Adelita?
I'm gonna say Coco.
Coco, and that is correct. Coco. Coco Chanel.
Oh man, it's West Coast Chanel, right? I mean, that's
The girl with the laugh.
the girl with the laugh.
Isn't that girl's name?
I don't know. I don't know. Who
Remember
you're
that girl of ridiculousness?
What was the question again?
talking- What was the legendary designer
Oh.
Chanel's first name?
Okay. Yeah. The
that's-
ridiculousness
yeah.
on the MTV is West Coast,
That's just like,
whatever her
no.
name is and stuff. You know, Chanel West Coast or
Yeah.
yeah. My bad.
Okay, and the final.
She's like the girl version of that laugh that you play.
I know that she is. I didn't know her name, but I do. I know who you're talking about.
That's her only job. isn't
Pretty
it?
much, yeah. She just
Get
goes
paid to
after
laugh.
it. I know, right? So the seventh question, which we didn't need, was Kellogg Company is famous for cereals, icons like Tony the Tiger and Newton the Owl. What is the name of the rooster on the cornflakes box?
Oh, yeah.
You had to know it outright.
Oh no, I'm thinking Looney Tunes. Remember that guy?
That rooster.
Kind of. Yeah. The rest of the-
Foghorn Leghorn?
Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story afterwards about that.
Oh man,
It's not for the radio.
You know what?
Rusty.
Man, I was
No.
walking down the street somewhere and stuff, and somebody said, "I can't believe you didn't get that magically delicious."
Oh yeah, frosted
Oh,
Lucky
man.
Charms.
In my own family too. My old lady is like, "Callie eats them all the time and stuff. I can't believe you." That was.
Did you?
that's
I
one.
said that's my favorite cereal. I love Lucky Charms, and I was like, good.
Yeah. Even Kevin kind of is like, "Bro, you missed that one."
Yeah.
So, what's the rooster's name?
The rooster's name is Cornelius.
Oh.
Straight up, huh?
For cornflakes, Cornelius. So yeah, Kellogg's is thinking there. So,
Wow. Okay. So we are got 7 more minutes before we get off the air
Yeah.
here. So we just want to make sure. But tell them about what we got going on Friday.
So we are in the works of getting some stuff situated to show Carlos Trinidad Snake's big fight out in Dubai. He's fighting with the bare knuckle fighting championship. Almost a tournament, but it's gonna
BKFC.
yeah, BKFC 71 in Dubai, and he's up against Austin Trout. And we're going to be showing that on the big screen here in Winnebago.
Yeah, it's pay-per-view. So tell the teens, the elders, if they want to come
Yes.
down. I'm not sure what the weather's going to be like that day and stuff. It might be a little muddy down there, but bring. We'll have the speakers up and everything
Yeah.
too. So bring.
It'd be like, I don't want to say tentatively, time-wise, but about 11 a.m.
So that's when I don't know how many fights there are, but it might go a couple hours later. He's the main event. So I think there's.
So it'll start at 11 a.m.?
Yeah, I think there's about eight fights or something like that on the card.
Yep.
Now I'm not sure which ones they're gonna do live and stuff, but we'll stay tuned.
Yeah.
To the big voice. We'll kind of say, hey, he's gonna be coming up
Yep.
in 3 fights and stuff.
Yep.
it's
Just-
supposed to be fairly mild, but just a 20% chance of rain. So you never know.
Just be wise that it's bare knuckle, and I think they only go 3 rounds, and a lot of knockouts do happen and stuff.
Yeah.
So. I think he knocked out his last opponent
Yep.
in the first round.
Yep.
So it only went 3 minutes, and it's pretty interesting. But
So we'll have more details for that coming, and we'll announce it on our Facebook, and we'll also be going live for our sports show with Coach Q and Be Love tomorrow on Wednesday, April 2nd, live at 5 here on the Big Voice Radio. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and they'll talk a little bit about that as well. And so that'll be coming up tomorrow. And then, as we mentioned in the show, I have All Requests Live on Thursdays at 11 a.m. So if you have any birthday celebrities coming up, whether they celebrated, they're going to celebrate, or if their birthday is the day of. It was really cool because last week I was live for ARL, and it was my brother's birthday. So
Oh,
I had to
cool.
give him a nice dedication.
yeah.
But if you wanted to give a shout out to anybody, or if you just wanted to dedicate a song to somebody, anything like that, you can reach out to me. The text line is 402-922-3347. We also have Res Ride with MCBKC. We're live over YouTube on That Fire, though. That one's from 4 to 6 p.m. And so also live on the Big Voice Radio. And then Baby Bison Beats with MC Ash And into Friday, we had DJ Blue here, but we also have the Big Hour, which is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I know DJ Guarantee's going to do the Big Hour tomorrow, so check him out over the noon hour. And then, what else do we have here? I think that's, and then Friday Night Hot Mix, 7 to 10 p.m., and then Midnight Love with MCBKC. So we did have a new episode this past Friday.
Yeah.
And we got into... What was your title again, MCBKC? It was
The last one, Extensions of Love.
Yes, Extensions of Love, Volume 1.
Nice.
So,
Episode 60.
That is cool. How many big hours do we need to do like a special
we're actually up to 184. We would be at 185, but
maybe at the 250 big hour
yeah.
episode. We're working on a website too to do
Some on-demand features. Yep.
Because
Definitely.
you guys did some excellent ones, and it takes time.
Yeah.
And if you like, again, if you want to be a DJ or anything like that, just let us know. We'll try to work with you guys, and we feature other DJs as well too and stuff too in the area. One of the good things about having the radio station,
Definitely.
get a chance to learn. So, nonetheless, guys, we've got 5 minutes here, and we'll get into our final thoughts. And I appreciate today's Did You Know section, April Fools. So make sure everybody don't go too carried away with the April Fools prank. Ho Chunk Renaissance, to recap, they have their not Easter egg, but that's a holiday coming up in April, right?
Yep, Easter.
Speaking of that, they do have the annual Easter egg hunt.
Yep.
Sponsored by WCHS. Maybe we can get them up next week to kind of discuss that, because there's save the date on that one as well. Stay tuned to the Winnebago Tribe's Facebook page. There are some missing teens, and I happily report that one was located, but we got a notification here just moments ago that there's another one missing in the Omaha area. Might be in this area and stuff, but appreciate it if you guys share. And once that person is found, if they're found and stuff, I know a lot of people are showing concern about that, and we really appreciate Grace Johnson. She's the liaison for missing and murdered Indigenous relatives. We've got a kind of collaboration with her and stuff. So as communications, we try to amplify that. But once we do find them, we'll just mark that they've been located.
Yes.
And we'll take the picture down and everything too, So again, our prayers, safe wishes for those people, runaway teens, whatever the story is. We don't judge. We just want to make sure that they're safe for the family's sake. You know what I mean? So if you can help us share that word, we'd appreciate that. That's my final thoughts.
Well, in that, I think it's probably also a good time to re-mention the Kikija Day and the work that they have going on, because, of course, that is... what was the translation? Because I can hear Tylee saying it in the PSA. Kikija Day.
It's help one another.
To help one another, yes. That program's still live and it still exists, so you can reach out to them and they will be able to help you and direct you, especially with mental health resources, etc. You do not have to face anything alone. There is a lot of support out there for anyone finding themselves in those situations. And a phrase I always like to share with everyone: if you're listening and you're having a hard time, someone is, just simply say to them, there's more to life than just today. So just because you might be having a bad day or a bad couple of hours, that doesn't mean everything else has to turn into something negative. So that's always a good thing. But also with that, what I did want to mention is, of course, as we talked about earlier in the show, Winnebago's 33rd anniversary is coming up, and in the next couple of issues, hopefully we can get everything transcribed, I almost said translated, transcribed, because we will have storytellers with original employees from when Winnebago was first opened.
Man,
33 years ago.
I like it. That's a great idea.
We have it. It's coming. So
very nice. Very nice. Final thoughts.
Well, I would just like to thank everybody that joined us for another episode of Winnebago Talks. As we mentioned, if you are interested in being a special guest, you can get in touch with us, and you can email me at bethany.redhorn@winnebagotribe.com. We're always open to feedback, suggestions. Even with in-between programming, we have powwow music playing as well. So if there's like a specific powwow drum group out there that you really want to hear, we can add them to our playlist, things like that. I just hope everybody has a good rest of their week, and you'll join us here for the Big Hour, the Big Boy Sports Talk Show, All Request Live, Res Ride, Baby Bison Beats, the Friday Night Hot Mix, in Midnight Love.
Yeah, I just got a message there. It says prelims might be about 9 a.m. For that bare knuckle, that Trinidad fight and stuff. So the main card starts at 11 a.m. Now, everybody's probably asking why so early and stuff.
Yeah.
They're in Dubai.
Yep.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's
9
literally
hours
Time
ahead.
difference.
It is 9 hours ahead.
Yeah. So
That's an evening there.
we need everybody to cheer this guy on, man. This
Yes.
young Winnebago brother, like, let's do it, guys. We want to get a picture, and we want mobs people to come. I think the families, Winnebago's might be showing it and stuff too. We'll try to get the details of all that and stuff,
Yep.
Stay tuned for Winnebago Big Voice Sports Talk Show.
Yep.
Because they'll probably have some more details on that one too.
Yep, good
And
point.
and they brought some hardware back, so I'm excited to see
Definitely.
if maybe get some interviews on that one and
Yep.
see how that comes to fruition. Go for it.
No, I was just gonna say their sister had the best comment ever on their post, but I'll leave that till after the radio again. Also, shout out to Joyce.
Hey, you guys have a good rest of your day. Thank you for joining us on today's Winnebago Talks, KWTN 100.9 FM, the big voice, official radio station of the Winnebago tribe, broadcasting out of Allen, Nebraska.